Hello everyone, Ruby Retrograde Tarot and Tay here, and what I'll be serving for you guys today is a Kickstarter arrival that came at the time of this filming, actually Friday. I'm filming Sunday, so yeah, it came on Friday, and yeah, I was excited to have it coming. I will say I was a little bit envious that other people in the Discord group I'm in had it before me, but 'tis the way of the shipping laws and shipping gods, I guess. I don't know. I'm not the one that controls that. But in any case, the deck that I'm speaking of is so cool. It is the Monsoon Tarot. So now this is the box where it came in. I believe it was supposed to come a little bit earlier, but because they had some delays, they decided to add a little extra something for people. In my case, I got a roll of stickers. And I think that it's not just like it's like almost like a lace type sticker. I don't want to necessarily take it off, but this is a nice sticker. Although I will say for how like they added a little bit more for, I guess, for the States backers, but it's okay. It's okay. So let's look at the Monsoon Tarot. The Monsoon Tarot, the Kickstarter was launched by the same guys that behind the Broken Mirror Tarot. If you are familiar with that tarot, so let's see what they came with. They came here with a series of postcards. So this is Broken Mirror Tarot, like I mentioned. I think Broken Mirror is now at its fifth. It was at its fifth printing, or fifth edition. Fifth edition or fifth style. So let's see what else. So we have this here, and oh, three of them. So 3 postcards. Okay, let's put that aside. And also the I have to say they're pretty cool too. And this is the Vermilion collection. So Vermilion celebrates creative artifacts and original design, supporting the works of independent artists worldwide. So this is the shop that does it, and I have to say I like their style. They say for every backer, like let's say, for example, I backed the Monsoon Tarot. At their next launch campaign, if I back them, they add an extra gift for like long-term backers. So here you can see the Monsoon Tarot. The back here. Inspired by Japanese illustration, we draw the cards from the audience's perspective with feelings and thoughtfulness. Each fairy tale-like picture sees the combined use of figurative representation, symbolic forms, delicate brushwork, and subtle coloring. And so, by Wohstudios, made in China. And I think the artist is Asian, and I forget if she's from China or Japan. So let's read the back. The Monsoon Tarot, a Rider-Waite Smith deck in which some cards also imply the path of the tree of Kabbalah, is characterized by its dreamlike visual. A low saturation palette is applied to the illustration to develop a delicate crystal-like texture. The careful delineation of numerous decorative details endows each card with narrative depth. Collectively, they piece together an immersive experience, tempting you to explore with caution. The feelings buried deep in memories begin to surface under the guidance of Monsoon's symbol-rich expression. And I guess this is a real thing type of sticker. I don't remember them saying that it was going to be numbered, but okay. It's all good. Now let me just open this real quick without harming the thing or whatever. So this Kickstarter, actually, it was opened up in this summer, actually. it was a pretty, I would say it's a rather fast turnaround, because it was, I believe the campaign was a month long. It was in the month of either July or August, I want to say, maybe a month earlier than that. And by the time that was fulfilled, even with the delays that they talked about, I got it now in September, so it's not too bad. And here they also, I forgot to show a little feather that's gold tipped. And like it mentions on the back of the box, it's based, the artist based the whole deck on like dreams that that they had, and they were inspired by that. And you'll see it's really cool. And while it's based on Rider-Waite-Smith, you'll see that it's not not a copycat or just a simple redesign, but you'll see it's really cool. So here we have the 2-piece box. There's no thumb hole, but it's okay. It kind of slid out pretty easily. We have a booklet, kind of thick. I see why it's thick, because we have Chinese on one side and English on the other. Yeah, that's what it is. And then we have a little table of content separated by, and the minor arcana here, they're going with the elements. So we have fire, air, water, and earth. And then, oh, a little thank you. Oh, and it looks like my last page was not folded. It got not cut properly. Anyways, there was a fold somewhere, but it's not the end of the world. So as you can see, it was designed by Wohstudios. And the English content provided by Vermilion Collection, a distribution partner of Wohstudios. So the artist was Chinese. So, and it's interesting. Sorry, I'm staying a long time on the booklet, but you know, it's a whole page, but it's not as if, you know, there's a big whole text in there, and there's no thumbnail of the picture or anything like that. But anyways, let's put that aside. So for myself, I took the collector's edition. I bagged the collector's edition. And the collector's edition, the difference between that and standard mainly are the edges. Look at that silvery hollow, almost pixel or sequin like sparkle. This is so nice. And then, yes, I think the other difference between the collector's edition and the standard edition was that the collector's came in a hard box, and that's probably also the numbering there. So let's take these out, and let's take a look at the cards. Oh, this is a nice feeling card. They feel thin, but I don't know, it has a textured, see that on the light here, you can see the texture. It is reversible, I can tell rather right away. As you can see, it's symmetrical, so if you like to reverse your cards, you're covered. It's flexible. There's no backbones to this or anything like that, but it's like playing cards. It's playing cards texture, quality almost, I want to say, but a smidge thinner. I almost want to say we're getting into Untamed Mystery thinness, at least from the version that I have, which is the Noir Illusion. Those cards are plastic and they're thin as all get out, but super flexible. This is getting there. This is casino card, but like shave a little bit off. So any case, let's just go. And also, yeah, are they matte? Yeah, they're matte. I would call this matte, which is like the very smallest of sheen to it. So let's go and zoom in and take a look at these cards, because look at this. Look at how beautiful they are. We definitely have to come closer to look at this. And as you can tell, just by looking at the Fool, This is what I mean, that while it's Rider-Waite-Smith, it's definitely, you know, a whole universe, like a whole thing was changed. Like it's a 180. So here with the full, like you'll have like just a few symbols here or there. The Magician. Oh, looks like these cards are the slippery kind. The High Priestess. The Empress. This is so cool. It's like these people are the pillars that you would see. Or actually, no, sorry. That's the High Priestess that I'm talking about. But see, there's no pillars. Or barely. You could consider those the pillars here. The Emperor. I mean, have you... I for myself personally, I have not seen an Emperor card where A, there are two people, and two, there's like a very loving embrace. Like the first time I saw that, I thought that was a lover's card until I noted on the campaign page that no, this is an Emperor. I'm like, have you ever seen the loving side of the Emperor on a card before? For me, nope. But I like it. Then we have the Hierophant, who could almost pass for the Hermit because of that the hooded cape type of thing going on. But you see like the little feet of, I don't know, it's so interesting. I don't have words. Here are the Lovers. Look, this is so interesting with the key and the apple. Yeah, that is a key and the apple. It seems like there's a choice that she's making between the flower and the apple. Then we have the Chariot. I feel like this card is a little bit Ghibli Studio inspired. Then Strength. I remember the first time I saw that card, I'm like, how is this Strength? Then the Hermit. Funny enough, that is a whole mood. And I just noticed here, there's a whole castle on fire, but this Hermit is like, I'm good. Like, no cares in the world. Like, the Hermit would just have to get up and look over and they would see that this castle on fire. But look, the Hermit has their books, not a care in the world, and knows where it is. It's just contemplation, just by yourself. But that whole scene is a mood. If I could give me like a week where I could just be surrounded by books or cards, tarot cards, I'll accept tarot cards. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Seems like the cats are acting as the fates. Then Justice. See, another one that's so interesting. Like, there's not really anything looking there right away that would tell you, oh, it's the Justice card. It's definitely a deck that I would say you sit somewhere, you take a card, and you stare at it. Here's the Hanged Man. It's definitely a silly card. Here's Death. Now for Death, this one is a little bit more evident. There's Temperance. You have little things of Rider-Waite-Smith, like the triangle here. The fact that it's an angel. Not the devil. And you know what's strange? Like this bed, I feel like this is like a follow-up to the strength card. Let me just pull out the strength card real quick. See, and like when I tell you, this feels like a sit and study. Like I feel like this is a before and after, or an after before, depending how it is. And with that being said, I would not put this deck as a suggestion for beginners. Definitely not. No, the Tower. The Star, look at this. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I like her dress. The Moon. I think there's a whole story going on. The snake. Some kid or person with an egg. The Sun. And if you'll notice, it's not every character. Judgment. Oh, I just noticed this here. It looks like an angel there. Like an ice angel or a crystal angel. But what I was saying, it's not every character in the cards, the world, that have where you'll see actual features like eyes, nose, and mouth and things like that, which adds to the dreamlike aspect. I know, like when I dream, sometimes I don't, it seems like I see features and I know who it is, but it right when I think like, oh, it's this person, it kind of has this silhouette or it's blurry. And even when I wake up, I'm like, I thought it was this person, but maybe it wasn't, because this unknown figure. So it definitely adds to that dreamlike world. So here we have the Ace of Fire. Now I do see the bum on fire, but also the hand too. It makes me think of, actually, it kind of makes me think of a saying that we say in French, which if I translate it in English, it's kind of odd sounding, but it you know what, it kind of captures in a sense the Ace of Fire. So in French, or at least French Canadian, so in Quebec, when we talk about someone that's really energetic, like gung-ho and all of that, we say il pète du feu. Cette personne-là pète du feu. Which in English is this person is farting fire. Or, yeah, passing, like, you can't even say passes gas fire. But anyways, he's farting fire. But it's all to say that, like, this guy, the person is just, it's a whirlwind of energy. Like the person is doing his thing. It's like maybe they had like a sudden inspiration hit, and they're just like really like, all right, let's go, we're doing this, like I'm ready. And it reminds me of this expression. Funky to say in English, a bit better to say in French, but that's that. Ooh, look at the Two of Wands. Or Two of Fire, I should say. It's so cool. Now the Three of Fire. The Four of Fire. Now see here, like there's no, like you see nothing. Five of Fire. And here I noticed the Leo. Oh, I don't want to say something dumb because every time I remember what the astrological sign I forget it. This one that I forget, I will not say it. And then fire. Here we have the 6 of fire. Again, you can kind of see a little bit Leo. You have Jupiter. This is such an interesting deck. 7 of fire. Eight of fire. Nine of fire. Oh, there it is. Now I'm trying to figure out where they slipped the little corresponding symbols for it. 10 of fire. Now the page of fire. Knight of fire. Oh, it's even written here in the scroll, I'll say. Queen of fire. And now the king of fire. So interesting, this deck. I'm glad I got it. Now we have the ace of air. Oh, it's looking like it's ready to engulf you. Like really like about to jump out of the card and just whoop, come and grab you. Now the 2. The 3 of air. Oh man, how destructive. The 4 of air. The 5 of air. Oh no, what happened? Six of air. Seven of air. Eight of air. Now this is an interesting perspective. It looks like, you know, perhaps this angel, we'll say, because of the wings, you know, is about to fall. It's like they're holding and, oh my gosh, we're about to fall. But is it really as high and steep as the angel thought? Because two things. First off, I will assume that it's an angel, and therefore those wings should be functional as I imagine angels are able to fly. So therefore they don't necessarily need to hold on, they need to work their wings. Not only that, maybe it's actually not as far down as they imagine. It's just that they didn't take care to, like, they didn't even, you know, look down. A bit like that scene from Robin Hood, Prince in Tights. Is that the name of the title? Where one of the guys are like, oh my gosh, I'm drowning, I'm drowning, I'm drowning. And really it's like, what, ankle high water? But the guy was so sure that it was drowning. And it was just like, just put your feet down. There you go. You're done. Now the 9 of air. Oh man. What a situation. Then the 10 of air. Wow. And funny thing for me, I saw this first, which is because of perspective, what you're meant to see first. Almost that I almost didn't see this part here. This other person kind of rising from this. It could very well be that this was her, a little bit like a snake shedding its skin. And then, you know, the thing burned away, and then the wind kind of carried the old shell, and there she is, like rock, like coming out from rock bottom. Page of air. Now we have the Knight of air. The Queen of air. And the King of air. Oop. And no, it's not my camera going blurry. They actually made as if like a bird was just kind of flying real close to the camera to the point that it got blurry. I like that. That's pretty cool. Now we are with Zawata. Here's the Ace of Water. The Two of Water. Three of Water. I remember seeing that on the campaign page. A party with girlfriends. Definitely a good idea. Four of Water. Five of Water. Six of Water. Seven of Water. That's kind of haunting. Eight of Water. That one too. Wait, hold on. Is there like a whole tornado happening in the back there? Or it's another like house fire? I think there's another home catching on fire. What is going on in the tarot? This is the second time. Guys, careful. Nine of Water. Then 10 of Water. Almost looks like the Empress in the classic Rider-Waite-Smith, because in the Empress has like a crown of like stars and things like that. Now the Page of Water. And then the Knight of Water. The Queen of Water. That cat is so chill. And then the King of Water. Interesting. I'm looking at this, the lock here and the key over there. Definitely definitely many like interpretations you can get from that. All right, now we are getting to our final suit, which is Earth. Ooh, look at Earth offering, like, I don't know, maybe it's like a big diamond, or really pretty like quartz or something. Then 2 of Earth. Three of Earth. Now look at this little hedgehog for the 4 of Earth. Or is it a porcupine? 5 of Earth. 6 of Earth. Then we have 7. Eight. The 9. Look at that. Their dress looks like a whole Christmas tree. Actually, it is. The gifts and everything else. And then 10 of Earth. The Page of Earth. The Knight of Earth. The Queen of Earth. And the King of Earth. Then we have 2 extra cards, which are Justice and Origin. So I think here you can read Light, Dawn, Chaos, Hope. Quite the interesting card. All right. So, just flipping through the cards, I really like them. I was very close to not backing it, because the first time I saw the cards, I thought it was a collab, and I'm not too fan of collabs. And I say that, and yet I have I think I have backed, so either I have them physically with me, or I back them on Kickstarter and I'm waiting for them to be fulfilled. 5 decks that are collab deck, but those were because the execution was very well done, or someone that I know participated, and so I decided to support. Ooh, yes, I knew it when I touched those cards that it was gonna be a nice shuffle, because of that playing card, casino card quality. Thin, flexible, no clumping. They are slippery, probably because of that texture effect, so do be careful. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh, it's a dream to shuffle. So as usual, let's find 1 major arcana card and 1 minor arcana card, so that we can see the type of meaning that is put behind each card. But so far, yeah, the art, see, there you go. When Clumsy McClumsy Face decides to be clumsy. All right, what do we have here? Let's be sure that it's all All right. 5, 6 of earth. No. I have no. Okay. I'm not sure which one came out first. So let me just go like this. There we go. All right. Just one major and one minor. So I don't need 56 cards. I just need 2. Please and thank you. Now I have a little bit of a curve on my cards. I don't know if it's because of transport. So I'm trying to kind of... Oh, it's so nice to look at when I'm shuffling. Because of the silvery effect. All right, what are you? 4 of fire. Now let's go look for a major. Oh, cool, perfect. The hermit. The fool was there, but we'll go for the hermit because it is totally a mood. All right, let us grab the booklet. I will say one thing that I'm a little bit bummed about is that on the Kickstarter page, when they were showing some of the cards, they had like a whole, you know, description of thing. And I guess, well, I didn't think about it, but I guess I figured that this would be in there too. But here, it's really just straight keywords. It doesn't have that little blurb where it's like, okay, a person is doing this and it's doing this and that. And all right, 4 of fire. So see, like for example, I started with the minor arcana this time because it was the first card to come out. But so let's see, for 4 of fire, let me try and show it nicely. We have stable, healthy development, comfortable, secure environment, enjoying life. Yeah, it's sparse. It's a fresh expression was going to come out, but it's sparse. And it's for like such a thick booklet. You would have thought they would have packed like a bit more. Now let me go look at the hermit. Hermit number 9. All right, the hermit. Hermit. Seclusion, solitude, undistracted, living for oneself, introspection. I mean, in terms of keywords, yeah, both for major and minor, I don't have much issues with it, but man, is it ever sparse? Like you could have had, if it was just going to be a series of little keywords, you could have pulled a Los Scarabeo and just give me like a thin booklet. Like if anyone has Los Scarabeo booklets, you know that they're rather thin, and they managed to cram in 5 languages in there and have like a sentence for all the cards, which is what is happening here. This is, I will say, a letdown. Oh, and here, let's go look at what the special cards are in here while I'm here. So for Justice, which is a special card, it says, honest with yourself, the most part of life, realize. Inner balance, responsibility, and there's a typo. Self-growth. Actually, it sounds like me when I'm speaking. Self-growth. And then let's look at Origin. Origin says, the Origin card has no meaning. You can give full play to imagination and association to use and interpret. All right. A Joker card in a sense. I'm neutral about that. I think it's a nice spin. For the Origin card, I'm pulling it back out again. Because I guess depending on what your eye is attracted to, like there are little keywords here. So maybe your eye is going to be attracted to light, and then that goes and, turns into something else, and you go down a path because of that. So I'm not mad at it. Those are special cards. You can do whatever you want. But in conclusion, as we have now gone through the deck. We have flipped through the cards. We have gone through the whoop, I'm knocking over my camera. We have gone through the guidebook. For the cards, the art is beautiful. It is quite a take. Like, it is definitely a version of the Rider-Waite-Smith. There are little symbols here and there, like, you know, the biggest change, for example, like the Emperor. The Emperor, I've always seen it even in my head when if someone just gives me the word Emperor, what do you think of? I just think of a man, like just that solitary, like one person, that oozes like authority and things like that. But here it's like, it's almost as if there was like a paparazzi, or yeah, a paparazzi or something, like someone sneaking around the corner and then they're like snapping a picture, like, oh my gosh, like I thought the Emperor was this cool person, but look at this. It's I would say like even more intimate than the Lover's card. Strange thing. But anyways, I'm not mad at it. I remember the first time it kind of confused me, and I don't know, my hard-headedness, or my this is that and this is what it needs to be, I was kind of a little bit taken aback. I wasn't too sure how I liked it, but the more that I'm looking at it, the more I like it. The more I look at it, the more I like it. And I like the touch of that dreamlike world. So you'll have, for example, I'm still talking the Emperor here. You'll have characters where you will see fully their features, and in others either it'll be kind of blurred, like you'll have these almost like fingerprints like going on, or it's completely covered. So here, see another like a swirlies. Here you see the nose and the mouth, but not the eyes. Here you know the person is facing back. I'm looking quickly here. Well, here and here for the Two of Fire, you know, all the details are there. So I like this. It really reminds me of dreams. Like sometimes the dreams are very sharp and you know exactly how, like, yeah, I was in a car and we were driving so fast and there was an explosion. And other times like I was with a guy and I thought the guy was, maybe it was this celebrity or maybe it was my friend there. It every time I looked at him, it seemed like it changed. The features changed. But with the ant, I think I'll have to double check that, like when I go back through this deck. But I think the animals are the only ones where every time you'll see, you know, nose, face. Oh, actually no, I'm looking at the King of Earth right here, and you just see the nose here. So never mind what I said. But yes, the art's beautiful. It's really fun. I'm really glad I backed this deck. The cardstock, I have nothing to say. It's my kind of card feel. I don't know that it's plastic. Oh, maybe it was plastic. I don't remember. It's either plastic in the same style as Untamed Mystery, Noir Illusion, or it's just this poker playing card quality. It has a texture to it, flexible. I wouldn't nearly as flexible as Untamed Mystery, but I would not go and do the taco like I did with Untamed Mystery. Okay, I'm a wannabe professional, so I did that to Untamed Mystery. Don't do that to your cards. The edges, beautiful. Look at that, this rainbow silver with the sparklies. I mean, it pleases my eyes. And hold on, let me see, because we had this thing. Good wobble. So those who know, you know. It's a wobble card. It's a wibble wobble. This came from, I did forget to mention at the beginning, the publisher and the creator, they come from Asia. So it did cost, you know, even though it was on Kickstarter and there was a rebate because it was like on a campaign, it did cost a bit when it came down to shipping and exchange rate. So if you're in the States or Canada, do keep that in mind, that the price, especially now, the price is going to be a little bit If you look at it, you're probably gonna cry a little bit because you're gonna know exchange rate plus shipping. The shipping is probably about half of the value of the deck. It depends, but then even now, like with Christmas going on and things like that, so to keep that in mind. Also, I definitely, for me, definitely, I would not imagine this being a beginner's deck, even though there are little symbols or little things here and there. They're like, oh yeah, Rider Waite Smith here and there, or the for example here you'll see the little astrological value here. So Sun in Scorpio. I am, so if I make a mistake, oh, here you have Cancer going on here. But if you're not familiar with astrology and you're just coming in and you're getting this deck, and plus the fact that that I will say is the disappointment, the guidebook looks thick. So just looking at this, you think, oh man, it's gonna be a big font, which it's not even really is. Like the keywords here are kind of small compared to this one here. So you would think like either it's gonna be packed full of information, or the fonts are a little bit bigger, easier to read. And then you're like, okay, well, it makes sense to have like Chinese and English version, but it's sparse. It's the sparsest of thing. Truly, this could have been a Los Carabeo little white book. Because if that was the case, if that's all, if seeing as that's really what they want to put in there, they could have saved some money and just give me the Los Carabeo booklet, like the thin little thing, 2 languages, bing bang, you're good, you're done. No issues there. And plus, it kind of sucks because on the campaign page, if you go back there, you'll see that I don't know, the description is a bit more flowery. You have like more things going on there than this. So yeah, guidebook, it's, yeah, no, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. So definitely rely on your own, either outside books. But even that outside book, because this is so it's so the artistic liberty is so far, like it was pushed so far away from a traditional Rider Waite Smith. Like you'll get if you get an outside book to help with this deck, it will help in terms of academically knowing what each card is, but looking for the angels in the Lovers, or the Emperor card not being by themselves sitting on the throne with the rams, the rams on that are on the throne, you might get a bit confused. Hence why I was saying that I would say definitely not for beginners. Like the booklet maybe for beginners, because it's just little keywords here. It's almost, I could put this on an index card and then just, it's almost index. It's almost like a index card style. Like, okay, what are each card? Let me just write this down real quick, and bing bang, there you go, booklet. Anyways, let me go back away from the booklet, which is a bit of a disappointment. But the cards themselves, sorry, they are beautiful. I really like the art. I like the little touches. It's really dream world. It's definitely a deck that you would take a card or maybe 2 and just look at it, and just open your mind and see where it takes you. That it's definitely a deck. I keep on saying definitely, don't I? If you're someone who goes with intuition or are visual to get, to kind of get started off to your interpretation or how you read the cards, I would say this is definitely one of those cards, because it's so, I don't know, it's all the details in the card. It definitely brings you to kind of be like, oh, like for Devil, like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Like, is this someone who's at the worst of their addiction or bondage, or just being burned by being stuck, liking doing this one thing over and over again, or I don't know what's going on, or the hermit now it's the Hermit card is kind of buried on there, but you know, the Hermit is just a person laying down chilling while a house is on fire. But sometimes, you know, it kind of speaks on the downside of being a hermit. Sometimes you're so into yourself, you know, just you're just so turned inwards that to your detriment you don't pay attention to what's going on outside, and maybe there's something that you're supposed to be going out to go and do. But yeah, but in any case, if you want to grab your copy, I will leave the link so that you can get a copy for yourself in the description. In short, that is what I have to say about Monsoon Tarot by Wohstudios, that you can find through the Vermilion collection. They're also the same people that are through the Broken Mirror, so you have an idea of the. I think every time they have like another artist that they kind of showcase with these decks, but it's a very wonderful deck. I'm glad I was, like I said, I was close to not getting it because it felt a little bit too out there, but I found myself really getting pulled by the images, like the Ten of Fire here. Like there's a whole story going on here, so I really felt myself getting pulled there. You know, the Nine of Air. So yeah, definitely if you're an imaginative person, I guess, or someone who's very visual, who likes to who likes to kind of see how the story goes. Just you're more visual than academic memory knowledge of what the cards are when you're reading cards. I would say that one is for you, and it's very interesting. If anything else, it kind of makes me think almost of if you guys know the game Dixit, how it's just images and then you're supposed the game in short is making a story, or you're supposed to put cards together to either make a story. You can use it in different ways, but it kind of reminds me of it has this little Dixit quality. But in any case, I will leave the video there because I'm rambling on and repeating myself. So let me know, what do you think about the Monsoon Tarot? With it being so far from traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, what do you think about it? Is that something that interests you, or do you prefer something closer to the original? Let me know whether you like this deck, if you have any question, if that is something that a deck that you'd like to get for yourself, or yeah, does it spark your reading juices, your creative juices, or let me know in the comment section down below. Boop, boop. Maybe you wouldn't necessarily use it so for you know, reading for yourself or someone else, but maybe you would read it if you would use it if you're a writer, or you like to write stories or do something more creative. Maybe that would help. Maybe that's something that you could see yourself do with this deck. Anyways, just let me know the good, the bad, what you think in the comment section below. And until next time, thank you thank you so much for spending some time with me to go through the Monsoon Tarot, just flipping through and sharing my thoughts with you guys for the first time. And until next time, bye guys.